Right, I'm going to play this because it actually you mentioned who's pulling the lever on the AI button, and we've talked about writing tonight. This one kind of covers off both cases. It's a short 60-second interview. It's Dame Emma Thompson. Stephen Colbert asks her about AI when it comes to writing. Of course, she's an Academy Award-winning writer. She wrote that movie that she starred in, and she won an Academy Award for it. So she's not just a writer. She's like, top of the pile writers when it comes for success. And this is her response about AI in the creative arts.
As a writer, what's your relationship with technology? How do you feel about the coming AI revolution? Because a lot of creators are worried about it.
Intense irritation. I cannot tell you. I cannot begin to tell you because I write longhand. So I write
this is
like legal pads or
on
something?
on a pad,
yeah,
old scripts actually.
Yeah.
Because I believe that there is a connection between the brain and the hand, and I think there's a real.
100%.
Yeah, for sure.
If I have to memorize a part,
yeah,
I have
you
to
write
it
it
by
out.
hand,
Yeah.
and I'll get it.
So it's very important to me that, and then. When I've written something, I will put it into a Word document. And recently, the Word document is constantly saying, would you like me to rewrite that for you? And so I end up just going, I don't need you to rewrite what I've just written. Will you off? Just off! I'm so annoyed.
There you go. Just a little. I think there's a little bit of a Chewie vibe there, actually. So we could do a Emma Thompson foo-foo. Of course, it was Sense and Sensibility. So the novel was Jane Austen. Emma Thompson did the adapted screenplay. She won an Oscar for it. So she's a proper writer, and she thinks AI should fuck off, basically, Chewie. There you go.
I loved Emma Thompson before this. I love her even more now. Holy hell, that was great.
It's actually really interesting because I mean Fano taught me a lesson probably when we had a theme tune at the start of the show, and someone had made it for us, and it was AI, and it was cool, it was fun, and then we did a competition. And we realised actually what people are missing out here is on using AI rather than paying sort of creators and people who are creatives. It's a bit like, it must be hard for designers at the moment when you can go to Adobe Stock and basically just pick out a flyer and anyone, literally anyone, can make it. So yeah, that was, I guess when I say it was a lesson for me, it was that I'd never really thought about it. I never really thought about how AI can take away from the creative space. I'm just looking for something, Troy, because I have realised something about AI that it's good. But yep, you go.
There's a saying, and I'm going to butcher it because I'm trying to say it now. The idea behind AI was to give us more time for creativity by automating the work. And in fact, what it's done is stolen the space for creativity and left us the work. It's all backwards, and it's also removed the need for people to employ an artist. Like, you can just get a machine to spew out something that's passable, rather than give it to someone with a skill set that they've developed and is more unalienably human.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, I started up this little podcast called Let's Talk Funny. It was a bit of a trial. Technically, it's on hiatus at the moment. It's on the YouTube channel if you want to go look it up. I did a podcast with Di Henwood, and he talked about AI, and he said how he uses AI as a tool but doesn't rely on it. So if he's looking for, and I'm going to butcher it, go and watch the podcast if you want to hear about it. It's probably had about 200 views. Like if he's looking for vegetables for a joke, he'll ask AI to give him a list of every letter of the vegetable. So he'll use it kind of as a research tool. And I finally twigged to that, and I'll show you exactly what I did in the week. I gave AI a prompt that gave me this, because I was trying to show my partner, because she's the idea I had for the BHN Christmas light logo. So I used this to kind of put my words to it, and then she came up with this, which is 1,000 times better, but it means that using AI as a tool to be able to because I've been the kind of person who's drawn something on paper and but to get my brain's thought onto the paper thought, it seems that could be a useful thing for that. So I'm able to go, this is what I'm thinking, and the prompt was something like BHN logos surrounded by coloured Christmas lights with presents in front of it. And that's what it's broken. It doesn't work, see the ends bust and stuff, but it give enough of the idea for then my wife, who is a graphic designer, to be able to come up with it. And this is all completely made, like all of these wires. In fact, you can see I've made a mistake. I moved it. I think I probably shouldn't show you that, but the rope wrapped around here is just missing because I moved it, so that's on me. I'll get it to fix it up. So this is all completely, every single light is in there manually and stuff. But AI was good to be able to demonstrate a little bit about what I was thinking. It helped me, someone who's dyslexic, to get what I was thinking into something that was sort of like what I was thinking, and was never going to use the AI, but as a process to show this is sort of what I'm thinking. It was very helpful. So I can imagine using it for that. So
here's the point. You stumbled onto something there about AI. What it should be used for, right, is an accessibility tool, which would be amazing. If people with a disability or something like that, AI should make their day-to-day easier. Instead, we have a tech industry that has developed a great big fucking hard-on for this stuff, and suddenly now your washing machine has to be AI enabled for some fucking reason. And I don't understand it. And like, as someone that works in tech, retail, telecommunications, all of that sort of thing, I see it everywhere. Like from the corporate side of things, it's like, oh, well, we're going to get AI to do this. And I just want to go, why? Why do we get AI to do this? It's taking notes from a meeting, and we're not 100% sure if it's correct, but it's doing a job, so we'll just tick a box. I saw a study the other day that said the use of AI in the workplace makes everybody think less of the person that uses it. In every single instant, they think they're dumber, they think they're lazier, they think that they're less creative and less capable if you use AI work to interact with your colleagues. I also saw an example of like just basically an AI chain of work. Right, so someone has to do a presentation. They use ChatGPT to write the presentation.
Yeah.
Right, and then gets cleaned up by fucking Grammarly or whatever, and then it's presented. The people don't go to the meeting. They use AI to summarize the meeting for them, and then they use AI to generate a plan of action out of that meeting that nobody fucking went to. And it spits out this piece of work that basically no human has touched and has zero value. And it needs somebody to go through and find the mistakes. And that just doesn't sound like we're breaking some sort of barrier into a glorious future.
Yeah.
Where we're just free to pursue our dreams. It sounds like slop. And what's driving it is this massive investment bubble that's something like 5 times bigger than the .com bubble when it popped. People are pouring so much money. I saw a thing that said that there is almost the entirety of tech venture capitalism is tied up in the AI bubble with almost no chance of it paying off. People are going to lose their skin when it pops.
Yeah. There was another thing. Marquez Brownlee, probably one of the world's foremost tech reviewers. He did one. Was it today? Yeah, it was today, 7 hours ago, on this humanoid robot. Now, the humanoid robot is not here.
Well, I
quite.
Hate that.
It's not quite here. I'm not going to play the audio because, but there's a humanoid robot. He does say easy, and it's not quite there yet. But I just had this thought. Soft body. I just had the thought that they want $20,000 for it, and at the moment it's not doing that. But what it will do, because this is of what they're expecting it to do. It will do your washing, it will do your dishes, it will vacuum, it will water your plants. It's not there yet. He never said that this is a person in a dress up suit doing that, but that could be a person in a dress up suit there. The hands could be, I'm guessing, but this is the idea of what it's going to be. And I just had this thought, you go to work, and you set your robot off, and you get home, and your house is tidy, and then it goes and plugs itself in. And the thought I had, a bit like, using AI to get through all this creative process, is what will we fucking do? Like, what will we end up doing? Like, our jobs, if they're still there, if we're not on a universal basic income by then, we still have jobs, and our compute or our robot will do all the housework. And so probably, and at some stage cook for us. But if we're still cooking, we cook and we just leave all the dishes there. Robot does all of that. So we're just becoming a person of leisure and nothing else. It's just, I don't know, on one level you kind of go, that sounds like nice for a few weeks, but I don't know what the world would look like if all we ever did was, but just let me say this, and don't put this in, don't take this the wrong way, but pleasure ourselves. Easy. If our only concern in the world was to have fun, to be relaxed, what would that world look like?
We would be all trying to fuck those robots. Look, that world exists now. Just imagine that every job that a poor brown person does or an immigrant does around the world is now done by a robot. The same people are making money. The same people are making money. Jeff Bezos will make money because he doesn't have to pay anybody. Do you think those guys are going to go, we've eliminated the human workforce? So I think it's only fair that you tax the bejesus out of me because I'm not paying anybody's wages, and we give everybody a UBI. No, these wretched dragons are not going to let their gold hoard get even slightly smaller. Not even slightly smaller. They're not going to accept it growing any slower.
Except the one difference between the poor brown person doing those jobs, like Elon Musk lives that life now, whatever. Rich person who's got full of servants, they live that life now. The difference is, I mean, Chewie, I don't know about you, but it'd be interesting. I'm not doing a survey. How many people out there could or would find 20 grand to buy a 24/7 housemaid? I mean, that doesn't feel as unattainable as paying for salaries for people to do that time because I'm that rich. So I think that's probably the difference between it's what's happening now versus it will be happening to, if not everyone, a hugely larger percentage of people. Doctors aren't, a doctor who is making a really good salary is not going to have a full-time housekeeper and maid. A doctor who's got a really good salary may spend 20 grand on a robot to have a, you know what I mean? So anyway.
I have watched too much sci-fi, too much Black Mirror, too much Orville, too much Terminator to think that this is a good idea.
iRobot, that's the one.
iRobot, yep, all of it. Like, how many times do we need to be told the lesson? Have you seen that meme where, like, the sci-fi writer creates a book called Don't Invent the Torment Nexus?
No.
It's like, so there's a popular sci-fi book, it's called Don't Invent the Torment Nexus. That's the whole storyline, the invention of the Torment Nexus that kills us all. And then tech billionaires that liked that story go ahead and go, just from the book that we all like, Don't Invent the Torment Nexus, I've invented the Torment Nexus. Oh no. And I get the same vibe when someone like Peter Thiel obviously loves Lord of the Rings and then invents an AI facial recognition, track everyone thing, and he names it after the evil object from Lord of the Rings that spies on everyone. Like, how many allegories, how many red flags the guy that doesn't think humanity should survive invents something that tracks us all and then sells it to the US military, to the Israeli military, and we go, oh yeah, this seems chill, we should definitely let this continue on.
So it used to be when you're at school, you should be nice to the nerds because they're going to be your bosses. And now it's be nice to the nerds because they have the potential to end the world. That's what we're saying now. There's a difference.
A workmate of mine asked Siri a question. The answer was given, and he goes, "Thank you, Siri."
Oh.
I'm just like, you're thanking the robot. That's probably good planning. The robot will remember your kindness in the end times.
Peter says, I feel like I'm an old man yelling at the cloud, but I'm strongly ambivalent about surrendering control of my tech ecosystem to AI and apps. Interesting that the conversation around AI popped up pretty big in the chat. I use AI to summarize BHN chat each night. Wow. Brendan says, I use AI as a search engine. That's all really. And Anthony says, you could make the same argument about, I guess they're saying about using AI versus using a designer for computers and laser printers displacing sign writers. You probably could. I wonder, and I was going to say, but then again, perhaps those sign writers became the designers on computers and laser printers. But I know the response to that would be the designers now are the ones that should be learning the AI and using it, perhaps. I heard that breathe in.
Yeah,
Was,
I mean, that's the thing. Technology always puts people out of a job, but
Yep.
up until this point, we have always had it's been replaced by a new skill. Like, there's a reason why everybody in the 50s worked in a fucking factory, because we didn't have any automation.
yeah.
But at that point, we were paying factory workers wages high enough for them to raise a family of 2.5 children, keep a wife somewhat happy, or at least loaded up to her eyeballs enough not to notice, and buy a house. And we're going in the wrong direction.